All right, the Titans in their first preseason game end up falling to the Buccaneers 29-7. So, preseason game, not too worried about it. Obviously, you would hope that your backups would do more since the starters only played 2 drives, but is what it is. Again, preseason, not that worried about it. Let's start off talking about Cam Ward. Cam Ward got 2 drives in this game. Ward ended up finishing 5 of 8 for 67 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. We will talk about that more in depth here in a minute. But 50 of those 67 yards were to Calvin Ridley, who had 3 targets and 3 catches on the night for the time that he was out there. And I've been telling people, I even put out a video asking if Calvin Ridley could have a career year this year. And I'm going to say it again now. If Calvin Ridley stays healthy, he is going to have a great year because Cam is going to feed him the ball. Now, one thing the Titans do have is a backup quarterback problem. Brandon Allen and Tim Boyle aren't going to cut it. So, Titans fans, we have to hope Cam Ward does not go down, or that the Titans at least go find a reliable backup quarterback. Now, that being said, going back to Cam, his first drive left a little bit to be desired. Only 3 plays, 3 and out, and let's talk about the 3rd and 6 on that drive. In this preseason game, I feel like Cam Ward only had 2 bad plays, this being one of them. On 3rd and 6 on their first drive, Cam bailed from the pocket just a little too early, and if you look above me here, you'll see he has guys coming open. If he just keeps his eyes up the field, works through his progressions, works the pocket a little bit, he could have had a conversion there. Now, Cam did go to the sideline after that play. I'm sure he looked at the iPad, saw what he did wrong, and he learned from that. He's not going to make that mistake again. His second drive, he comes out and he leads a touchdown drive for the Titans, and which included a 3rd and 9 conversion by Cam where he found Chig Okonkwo for 10 yards. Now, the other bad play by Cam did come on the second drive where, in my opinion, he predetermined where he was going with the ball, tried to throw it up to Alec Iomanner, and it was almost picked off. Probably should have been picked, but the defender dropped it. Cam didn't let that bother him, though. He come right back, I think found Tyler Lockett on the next play, and just kept going. And that drive ended up being topped off by a Tony Pollard rushing touchdown. Titans' only touchdown of the night, but good to see Pollard get involved. Now, talking about Titans running backs, Tyjae Spears, unfortunately, did leave this game with a lower right leg injury. I hate that for Tyjae. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but that was my biggest concern with Tyjae heading into this year was injuries. Can he stay healthy? So far through the first preseason game, hasn't been able to do that. Now, as I mentioned, Titans have a backup quarterback problem. Brandon Allen, he came in. He was 6 of 12 for 62 yards, had an interception off of a tip pass. Tim Boyle, 4 of 13, 24 yards, 2 interceptions. I feel like when the backup quarterbacks were in, it was really hard to see anything about these young receivers. I mean, you had Chimere Dike, who had a chance down the field for a ball, but it was underthrown. So, really didn't get too good of a look at them after the backup quarterbacks came in. Now, the defense. We did not have Jeffrey Simmons and T'Vondre Sweat in the middle. I do feel like the defense left a little bit to be desired in tonight's game. Weren't really setting the edge well, but, maybe when all the starters are out there, things will get a little bit better. Now, last thing I want to hit on, the Titans' starting offensive line. Now, it's not the complete unit because Lloyd Cushenberry is not back yet, but the offensive line that the Titans had out there to start did a good job of protecting Cam Ward. They gave him a nice, clean pocket, gave him a pocket that he could work in. And as Titans fans, that's what we love to see. The edge rushers weren't getting to the quarterback in 2 seconds. Now, that being said, I am taking this game and that offensive line protection with a little grain of salt, not to be negative here, but the Buccaneers were not playing their starters. So I do want to see how this offensive line unit actually does in some other preseason games where they are going against starters. But if they can repeat what they were doing tonight, Cam's going to have some nice pockets to work in because that offensive line was doing a good job protecting him. Now, Titans fans, let me know what y'all saw in this preseason game, things you're looking out for going forward. Again, do feel like the Titans need to address the backup quarterback situation. We'll see what they do there. But overall night for Cam Ward, because let's face it, that's who we really want to talk about, felt like he had a solid night. Again, first drive, left a little to be desired. Come back out the second drive, got it done. Did have a teaching moment, but him and Callie will work on that. Tighten up.